10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll red. Take it.
Coming up next, Penn State fans camped out for tickets. Now they're hitting the
Ready
road in
two,
big
ready with
numbers
open,
and heading
ready
to
with
Indy to support
360
their
audio.
team in the Big Ten Championship.
And we'll see how a State College woman is working with disabled people to give a voice to the voiceless. The Center County Report starts now.
Take open. Ready two, ready with both their mics. Breakdown. Go.
Good afternoon,
Ready,
I'm
camera
Leslie
three.
Salazar.
And I'm Weiss Aramesh.
Down. Ready three,
Tomorrow,
take
the
it.
Penn State Nittany Lions will face
Take it out.
Wisconsin in
Advance.
what is arguably the most
Ready,
important
package in
football
blue.
game in years, the Big Ten Championship. And thousands of Penn State fans are making the trip, even though Indianapolis is an 8-hour drive or an expensive plane flight away. Olivia Hogan has the story.
Roll blue. Take it. Your
The Nittany
advancing
Lions
should be the
are
last
coming
thing.
off of a
That's like the
huge
last thing
win
you should
against
care about
Michigan
at that moment.
State that crowned them the Big Ten East champions. Now they
Advanced
have
graphic.
their sights set on a win against Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis.
Our guys are excited. They're focused. We're not going to treat it anything different. We're not going to change how we go through our
Advance.
weekly game plan.
Students camped out overnight in the cold at the Bryce Jordan Center earlier this week to score tickets to the game.
We were all walking
coming
out at
out
like
to
2 in the
3,
morning
so
'cause we
ready
couldn't
with
sleep.
Weiss's
'Cause
mic.
obviously, it was so exciting. We got to meet a lot of
Advanced
people.
graphic.
People had brought their dogs. They had couches. Some people had TVs set up.
Christensen's time spent in line overnight paid off once she finally got her hands on the ticket she was hoping for. But then the big question was, how are we getting there?
We're driving. we're taking my car. We're all taking turns driving, and I think it's gonna be like 7.5 hours.
Have him
For
stand
some
by.
students, driving or flying aren't
going out
options,
to? Ready,
and the
three,
University
ready, open
Park
his mic.
Undergraduate Association recognized that and decided to provide 15 buses with 55 passengers each to travel to the big game. That gives more than 800 students the opportunity to get to Indianapolis free of charge.
Our end goal is just to
Alright,
serve the
coming
student interests
to
and better the
Weiss
lives of
very
students here
shortly.
at Penn State. It's our mission. It's what we strive to do with
Advance.
every action we take.
With the big crowd on the way, Penn State football will see a lot of support as they tried for their first Big Ten title since 2008.
Alright,
In
ready,
University
three, ready,
Park,
open his mic.
I'm Olivia Hogan for the Center County Report.
And take it. Cue him.
Follow our
Ready
Center
one, ready with
County
Leslie's
Report
mic.
Twitter and Facebook feeds all weekend for updates from Indy. We have a crew on the way there right now, and we'll bring you more on the game coming up in sports.
Take it.
And while the
Keyword.
football season continues,
Theo,
it's
in
also
red.
deer season in Pennsylvania. The 12-day deer rifle season opened on Monday and continues through next Saturday.
Roll red.
The Game
Take it.
Commission estimated
Ready,
more
three,
than half
ready
million
with Weiss's
hunters
mic.
ventured out on opening day this year. That's roughly half of all
Advance.
licensed hunters in the state. Many schools had the day off, and local butchers are busy too as hunters start bringing in their deer.
Take it. Cue him.
A
Ready,
former
Theo, in
school
blue.
bus driver charged with sexually assaulting a high school student has waived his preliminary
Roll
hearing.
blue. Take it.
25-year-old Matthew Dunlap
Ready,
of Port
one.
Matilda is accused of having a sexual relationship with a girl he met when she was 15. Dunlap was a contracted bus driver in the State College School District. At last check, he was in jail on $200,000 bail. His case is now in common pleas court.
Take it. Cue her.
The Pennsylvania Department
Ready,
of
Theo, in
Environmental
red.
Protection has found record radon levels in a home in eastern PA. The reading in Center Valley near Allentown was more than 1,500 times higher than safe
Roll
limits.
red. Take
Radon
it.
is an odorless, naturally occurring gas
Ready,
that can
three,
enter your
ready
home
with
from
Weiss's mic.
underground, and it's known to cause cancer. Pennsylvania's geology puts residents at risk of high radon levels. The DEP encourages all Pennsylvania residents to test for radon in their homes.
Take it. Cue him.
The ashes
Ready,
of
package in
Cuban
blue.
leader
Ready, audio
Fidel
in blue.
Castro are on their way to the eastern city of Santiago, where he'll be buried on Sunday. Reporter Maria Dettinger talked with a Penn State professor who knew Castro personally and who's recognized as an expert on Cuba.
Roll blue. Take it.
Fidel Castro was dead.
Fidel Castro.
This man was a
Ready to
tyrant.
bring in
Fidel
lower third.
Castro.
Fidel Castro had a deep and lasting impact.
Fidel Castro has died.
The man who ruled Cuba for nearly a half-century died 1 week ago today. With the news came mixed reactions. In Miami, Cuban Americans
We're coming out
celebrated
to
the death
Weiss.
of the former communist dictator.
So ready to
But
open
in
his mic.
Havana, many mourn Fidel Castro as a hero. Retired Penn State professor John Nichols met him many times. He talked with me about Castro's legacy.
The fact that there was mass celebrations in
Advance.
In Miami, with Castro's death, and 90 miles south, there's mass mourning.
Advance that. We're not using that.
Indicates what a polarizing figure that Castro is.
Nichols met with Castro more than a half dozen times, the
Standing
first
by and
back in
Weiss.
1977.
People tend to see Castro and Cuba in one of the extremes, and as opposed to the nuanced, complicated situation that it actually is.
Castro gave up power in 2006 to his brother Raul, and Cuba has slowly been making progress, helped by restored relations with the United States under President Obama and an ease in travel restrictions.
I think
All right, have him
Obama
stand by.
had
We're
it,
coming to him shortly.
if not exactly right, pretty close to right. The question is what's going to happen next when Obama leaves office.
Trump tweeted updates when Castro died and sent out demands to Cuba about making what he called a better deal.
Fidel Castro
Stand by.
was one of the most influential world figures
Thanks, Anna.
of the 20th century, for good or for evil, and
All right.
actually both.
Ready to open his mic?
In State College, I'm Maria Dettinger for the Center County Report.
And take it. Cue him.
Now the procession
Ready,
of
one,
Fidel
ready with
Castro's
Leslie's mic?
ashes retraces in reverse the same route he and his rebels took to take power in Havana on January 1st, 1959.
And take it. Cue
Two
her.
women who
Ready,
took
VO in
part
red?
in a video focusing on the treatment of female sports journalists made a stop at Penn State to talk about the project that went viral.
Roll red.
CBS
Take it.
Chicago's Julie DeCaro and ESPN's Sarah Spain headlined the event Wednesday on campus. Their video, More Than Mean, called out the
Ready,
insults
Sot
and
in blue.
harassment
Ready,
they and
audio in
other
blue.
female sports journalists face.
Advance.
The video has millions of views online and sparked a national conversation. The women talked with Penn State students, offered advice to young journalists, and gave their opinions on the issues.
Roll blue. Take it.
I actually messaged my boss about a guy who'd been sending me really scary messages, and I looked back and saw the messages, and I was like, if I got those now,
Oh, shoot.
I
Ready,
wouldn't
one.
even blink twice, which is really problematic.
Ready with her mic?
And I think
Advance.
that was kind of a wake-up call for me, was how shocked people were by it.
Advance after
because
that.
they don't have this in their job or their everyday life.
Take it. Cue her.
The event was sponsored by Penn State's
Ready,
chapter of
three.
the
Ready,
Association
Weiss's
for Women
mic?
in Sports Media.
Take it. Cue him.
A state
Ready,
college
package in
woman who's
red?
been working with disabled people has launched a startup called Project Vive. The goal is to literally give a voice to the disabled.
Roll red. Take it.
In my life, I've written dozens of poems, but now I can sit
So we're not
before an
doing
audience.
Arlen, right?
I feel like
Advance.
when I have the opportunity to lend a hand. There is purpose within my life.
Arlen Edelstein loves poems. She's been writing them for a while, but could never verbally share them with anyone until Project Vive. Founded by Mary Elizabeth McCulloch, Project Vive provides
We're coming out
speech-generated
to Weiss,
devices
so ready
to
with his
children and
mic.
adults with complex communication needs. And Arlen was the first to test out a Vose box from Project Vive. This week, Vive launched a crowdsourcing campaign to raise $10,000 towards 10 more devices for those who need them.
There's a beauty in numbers, so we really wanted to make that reflect one day for each person that's getting a voice. So $10,000, 10 days, a journey to 10 voices. We want to give 10 people voices just like we did for Arlen.
The Vose box is a 3-component system with an earpiece for the user,
right,
the
stand
box
by, Weiss.
itself, and a motion sensor that can be placed on any part of the body that's easiest for the user to move because most have ALS or cerebral palsy.
We know that not every case of cerebral palsy or ALS or related disability is the same. It can be very different, and we might not have all the answers, but we're definitely interested in creating something that is adaptive to as many different possibilities.
Take it. Did she?
Now,
do him?
saying the simple words, I love you, to friends and family is something
wait,
McCulloch
that's
says
so
people
weird.
take
I
for
never-
granted.
Ready, one?
She wants to give as many people as possible the chance
That
to
was written twice
communicate
in my
without
script.
relying on caregivers or worrying about how expensive communicative
notice
devices can be. Saying the simple
Take it.
word. That's not nothing. The Project
Jenna, what
Project
are you
Vive
doing?
is traveling to Ireland on Monday
Go,
to
go, go,
compete
down,
in
down,
an
down.
ALS competition, assistive technology challenge rather, I'm sorry, in hopes of winning a $400,000 grant.
Yeah, take it.
A former cancer survivor and Four
Ready,
Diamonds
package in
child
blue?
is now a Penn State student whose journey has come full circle.
Roll blue. Take it.
My journey with Thon started when I was 8 years old in March of 2005.
No, it's written twice. I
I
don't
started
know why
experiencing
But why did we not
severe
notice that
headaches to the
before?
point where I was crying, like I couldn't go to school. I was leaving school like half
I got
days,
it.
quarter days. just because I couldn't do it anymore.
Advance?
I went to Hershey Medical
Yeah, I
Center
had
on
it
April
twice.
14, 2005, and was officially diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Normal white blood cell count, like an individual, is 5,000 to 12,000, but mine was at 100,000. So they realized right away that it wasn't good, and of course they realized that it was leukemia. Through it all, like, we dealt with the Four Diamonds Fund, and like my parents never saw a bill for anything that my insurance didn't pick up, which is a great relief for them because they did deal with like a lot. Of course, through Thon and everything, that was like my main reasoning why I wanted to come to Penn State, because it was the school that saved my life. If I didn't have Penn State or Thon, like, I literally don't know what I'd do with my life or like where I would be today, because it's like, not only is it rewarding to see that like it's the university and like everything saved my life, but just seeing like the impact it's made on me as like a leader, as a person,
Ready with her mic?
just as like a general human being, like, has been incredible to see. I would tell people all the time, like, getting cancer was like the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Fine.
Leslie,
Take it.
Thon is set for February 17th through the
Ready
19th
to?
and will take place at the Bryce Jordan Center.
Take it.
The cold weather is finally with us. Find out if it's here to stay.
Ready,
Hunter
View and
gives
Red,
us the
Brain
latest
Tease music?
forecast next.
Can't wait for that.
Roll
and an
Red,
expert
take
sits
it.
down with
Ready,
us to
Break 'em
discuss the
Blue?
historic 2016 presidential election. That's after the break.
Roll Blue.
There are 49 days left until Inauguration Day, so we brought in Penn State
Ready,
political
one.
science professor Michael Berkman to share his insight about this historic election. Michael, thank you so much for being here today. I'm just going to get right into it.
Sure.
I'm wondering about this vote recount. What is it? What does it mean? Is it worth our time?
Well, I'm skeptical that they're really going to find enough votes to overturn the election result. And certainly the Clinton
she put that
campaign is
in
skeptical as well, which is why they did not originally call for it.
Right. And then just, you know, looking forward, Trump's slogan has always been "Make America Great
Her
Again."
nails are so fun.
What do you see as his number one change?
Yeah.
What do you foresee his number one change for the United States will be?
Well, there's so many things he's doing differently than we've seen before that, you know, first of all, the cabinet he's appointed is extremely conservative. So I think we'll see
Yeah, she knows. She knows to
you know,
look into ways
many
and like.
policies from the
Well, let me
Obama
just
years
confirm with her she knows to look at
overturned. He's
ways.
conducting foreign policy
okay, yep.
already in a kind of erratic and unusual way,
Yep,
so
she's
that will be different.
Jenna's
He's
good with the prompter.
conducting rallies that you rarely ever see from a president. So they'll be so much different that it's hard to put your finger on any one particular thing.
Is there a specific policy you have in mind that you think he'll absolutely change?
Yeah.
Well, I would think that the fate of Obamacare,
I mean, I have an idea.
the
It's
Affordable
after the
Care Act,
Obamacare question.
is certainly going to be an important matter for the upcoming Congress and the administration. TPP Trade Act, major tax cut coming. There are all kinds of areas.
And so with the healthcare, with Obamacare, excuse me, how many people
All
do
right,
you
get
expect
ready. We're
to
gonna come
just
back to her.
lose their healthcare?
Well, it depends what they do.
Okay,
If they
ready
were
one, ready with her
simply
mic.
remove Obamacare, you're talking
This is
well
the
over
last
20
answer.
million people. You've got many people between the ages of 21 and 26 who are staying on their parents' health insurance. You have people with pre-existing conditions who were able to get health care with Obamacare. So it's hard to get a precise number, but there are over 20 million people at stake.
Take it.
Professor Berkman, thank you so much for joining
Perfect.
us.
Ready,
In
Vio,
other
Blue?
election-related news, a court hearing is set for Monday
Roll
on
Blue,
failed
take it.
presidential candidate
Ready,
Jill
weather
Stein's
open, ready,
push for a
ME.
statewide vote
Ready,
recount
audio
in
with
Pennsylvania.
360.
The Green Party-backed request claims cyber attacks could have changed results on PA voting machines, but state officials say they've seen no evidence of that.
Take weather open. Ready with Hunter's mic. And cue it.
Well, a good Friday afternoon
Bring
to
down the
everybody.
music.
I am Hunter Williams, and a great view right now from our Beaver Stadium Skycam. Plenty of clouds out there, and unfortunately, that's a trend that continues not only through the rest of this afternoon, but into this evening as well. Another thing that will continue, that's the cold weather. 41 right now in State College, and we will not get
Ready
much
to
warmer
open
than
all
that
their
for
mics
this
and then
afternoon.
mute
In
the other
fact,
two
dropping
when
down
Wes
into the
is talking,
30s
Anna.
over the next
Right.
couple of hours.
Like,
Notice
keep
already
all of
down
them
into the
open, and
30s
when
to our
Wes is
north
doing his
and west.
video, just
Across the southeastern corner of the state, though,
mute
it is
everyone else
noticeably
but his.
warmer. 50 degrees in Philadelphia right now. More sunshine in place across the southeastern corner of the state. No such luck, though, here in central Pennsylvania. Here is the satellite and radar. And the good news, if there is any, is that we are not seeing any of the precipitation here across central Pennsylvania. Right now, that is limited to northwestern Pennsylvania. Some precipitation streaming in off of the warmer lake waters for places like Erie, seeing some rain further inland, some snow just north of Bradford. Now, it's not out of the question that a few of these snow showers make their way into central Pennsylvania late this afternoon into this evening. However, the forecast forecast does look largely dry. You can see what I'm talking about on future weather. Most of the snow does stay off to our west, and by 11 o'clock tonight, just talking about a good deal of clouds out there. But one thing I wanted to point out is with temperatures in the middle 30s, a very brisk west wind will usher in some colder air, and feels like temperatures could be down in the 20s for this evening. So be sure to bundle up if you have any plans overnight tonight. Tomorrow, waking up to a cloudy sky, and I know a lot of people driving west to Indianapolis. The forecast looks great, not expecting any inclement weather that would impact your drive. And then for tomorrow afternoon, very similar to what we saw today, we're talking about temperatures in the lower 40s with a good deal of cloud cover. For the rest of this afternoon, a mostly cloudy sky, a high around 41. Again, that west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. A few gusts could be higher, dropping down to 33 overnight tonight. A stray flurry is possible. Your 7-day forecast from the Penn State Campus Weather Service. A little bit more sunshine for Sunday, and the next big chance of rain that will come during the day on Tuesday. Looks like mostly a rain event, but some snow is possible, so we will keep an eye on it.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait. I hope we get snow. That's my favorite part of the season.
Me too.
I do like colder weather when it comes around to the holidays, but I'm sure Hunter's going to dial up some colder weather for us.
I'll do my best
later on this month. But what's it mean to dial up a poem? Something
up.
called the Telepoem Booth
you.
is a new attraction coming
Roll
to downtown
roll
State
red.
College. Check this out. Thanks to
Take
a
it.
grant
Roll
from
red,
the
take
Knight
it. Come on.
Foundation Donor
Ready,
Advised
Sutton
Fund
Blue.
at Center Foundation. It's scheduled to be installed next spring.
Ready, audio
All
blue.
types of poetry from modern to classical will be featured. Here's how it works.
Roll blue. Take it.
The Telepoem Booth is a really intriguing idea. It's very different, and the cool thing about it is that it's actually interactive art. So you walk into the Telepoem booth, you dial up a number, but instead of getting someone on the phone, you actually get a poet reading their own poem.
Local poets can be featured as well. Submissions will be accepted until January 1st, and the link to submit can be found on the Center Foundation Facebook page by searching Telepoem Booth State College. Dialing up some poems. James Franklin's going to try to dial up his best offense to face the Badgers this weekend. Mike Gilbert has your preview of the Big Ten Championship. Mike, what you got?
Take it.
Thanks a lot, Boys. Big
Bring
Ten
team
Championship.
music. Get ready, VO in red.
Hockey battles 20th ranked Michigan this weekend to open
Roll
up
red.
conference play. We'll preview that game coming up
Take
next.
it.
And it may be the
Ready, break and blue. Braces, Mike.
over a decade. We'll tell you everything you need to know about Saturday's Big Ten Championship game after the break.
Roll blue. 2, 1. Take sports open. Ready with his mic. Open his mic. And cue
I'm
him.
Mike Gilbert with your
Ready,
sports
package in
update.
red.
Huge week for the Nittany Lions on the gridiron. Let's take you back to one of the most chaotic Saturdays of the year.
Audio in red.
And preview the Big Ten title game in Indianapolis.
Roll red. Take it.
As Penn State continued its dramatic climb up the college football food chain this season, they needed some help from an old foe to win the Big Ten East and have even a chance at the 4-team playoff. Ohio State needed to beat Michigan on the final day of the regular season, which would set up a win-and-in scenario for the Nittany Lions against Michigan State later that afternoon. And thanks to J.T. Barrett and the Buckeyes,
Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins.
the blue and white had the opportunity to clinch the division,
Pumps once. He's looking end zone. Chris Godwin.
which they did.
Up next for Penn State, a date against Wisconsin that could put the Nittany Lions into the college football playoff. A lot can change over the course of just 6 weeks.
James Franklin knows it's going to be a battle.
You don't see them out of their gaps.
Put everything in
They're
there
very gap sound. They do just enough, not too much.
Yeah.
They do just enough.
I think
to
he
keep
just
you honest,
re-exported the web
but
version.
They
Well,
do
just
because
advance
they
the
don't
mic just
do
in
a whole
case,
lot.
yeah.
It allows their guys to play fast and play aggressive.
Star tight end Mike Gesicki also knows it'll be a challenge for he and the receivers against Wisconsin's stingy secondary.
Challenge that
Yeah, you put advance.
myself and the receivers are looking
To the
forward
next
to as well.
one.
So being a
Ooh,
competitor,
okay.
that's
Ready,
something
one.
to
Ready
look
with
forward
his
to,
mic.
and I think it's gonna be a great opportunity for us.
Just be ready
Yet
to
after
advance
starting the season
CG2.
2-2, Penn State's 8-game win streak
After
that
his
propelled
tag.
them to the top of one of college football's toughest conferences has proven that the Nittany Lions are up for the challenge. The game of the decade for Penn State kicks off tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Take it.
We'll have a crew in Indianapolis
No,
for the
he-
game. Follow
the
our Twitter
script is
account for updates all weekend, and you can listen live to the game on Penn State Com Radio. Kickoff just after 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So let's take a quick look at the college football current ranking, playoff rankings. Bama and Ohio State still at 1 and 2,
Vio in
followed by
blue.
Clemson and Washington. I got some news for all you Penn State fans out there. The committee wants the Nittany Lions to lose. That's right. They don't want to have to deal with the choice between what would be a 2-loss Penn State team and a 1-loss Buckeye team that got defeated head-to-head by Penn State this season. So Penn State probably going to need some help elsewhere, even if they beat Wisconsin. That could come in the form of a Washington loss tonight against Colorado in the Pac-12 title game, or a Virginia Tech win against Clemson tomorrow in the ACC title game. Just please don't shoot the messenger. Hopefully things break your team's way this weekend. Switching over to hockey, the 7th-ranked Lions beat Michigan 6-1 last night in their first Big Ten game of the season.
Roll blue.
The Lions grabbed the lead in the first period off an Andrew Sturz goal and never looked back.
Ready to go back to Mike?
On in the second period with 3 goals and then tacked on 2 more in the third. The win ended a 5-game losing streak against Michigan for the Lions. They face the Wolverines again tonight. Puck drop set for 7.
Take it. Advance EG2.
I've never met Cale
Ready,
Sanderson in
red.
person before this week, and I can assure you that's not a guy I'd want to have any problems with. The former Olympic gold medalist will lead his second-ranked Nittany Lion wrestling team against Lehigh on Sunday, where the match will be held inside the Bryce Jordan Center. Sanderson talked about the atmosphere inside the BJC. Campaign for students to attend that match will be at noon on Sunday. Coverage available on the Big Ten Network.
Take it. Take it, yes.
The Penn State women's volleyball team starts its quest for an 8th national championship tonight in Rec Hall.
Roll blue.
Russ Rose's squad already has the most titles in NCAA history, but they're looking to add 1 more. After going 22-9 this season, they face LIU Brooklyn tonight at 7:30 in the first round of the NCAA tournament. They'll have the help of unanimous All Big Ten selections Simone Lee and Haley Washington.
Take it.
Penn State men's hoops got the win over Georgia Tech Tuesday during the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it was all captured on national TV. Led by Shep Garner, 17 points, and Mike Watkins, 12 boards.
Ready,
the Nittany Lions were able to extend their winning streak to 3 games. Garner, along with fellow Roman Catholic High alumni Tony Carr and Lamar Stevens, have really been the key to this team's early season success. Pat Chambers' squad looks to continue rolling tomorrow versus Wright State at 5 p.m. That's in the Bryce Jordan Center.
Take it.
There is no man more electrifying to the game of golf than Eldrick Tiger Woods. After giving way to the young guns of the sport for over a year, Woods is back, and he's playing right now in a familiar setting, the Hero World Championship, a tournament he hosts at his course in the Bahamas. A red-hot start to his first round was spoiled somewhat by 2 late double bogeys, but for now, he's looking pretty good. The event features a field of just 16 players made up of the top golfers in the world. Tiger currently 3 under through 9 holes today, so he's 2 under for the tournament.
Take it.
Everyone have a safe trip to Indiana. Win or lose, we'll be back here next Friday. Back to you guys at the desk.
Take it.
Thanks a lot, Mike. So it's December, and the high temp tomorrow will only be in the 40s, so that's a great time for a swim, right? Well, coming up, find out who's taking a dip tomorrow for a good cause and how you can join them too.
Roll red. Take it. Is there no slate on that? Ready, 1.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments
Put down her paper. Put down her paper.
Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Take it. Cure.
Tomorrow marks the 14th annual Polar Bear Plunge organized by the YMCA of Center County. The event benefits the Y's Open Doors Financial Assistance and Backpack Weekend food program. Both of those programs help local families with limited financial resources.
Roll blue.
The Polar Plunge happens at Black Shannon State Park in Phillipsburg with registration beginning at 9:30. A Zumba warm-up will start at 10 with the plunge taking place at 11. This event includes refreshments, prizes, and a post-plunge celebration. To register, visit the Center County YMCA website.
And take it.
Those are some brave people right there. That's all we have for today's Center County Report.
Red, are we
for more, visit our website, centercountyreport.com.
Feel free to also follow us for breaking news anytime on Twitter at Center County REP and on our Facebook page. Join us for our next newscast on Tuesday. Have a good weekend.